And Tracy Lords is back. And speaking of Tracy Lords, I guess I can take a minute and talk about her short-lived porn career, for those of you who don't know. Basically, she entered the porn industry at the ripe old age of 15. And no, that was not legal at the time. That was very much illegal. The age limit was 18 back then, just as it is now. Yeah, basically she had a forged birth certificate and driver's license, and didn't have much trouble convincing people that she was 18, because she looked 18. Or even older. It wasn't until shortly after her real 18th birthday that she finally came clean, and was, of course, ostracized from the porn business, and scared the shit out of a lot of people because, technically speaking, they had all committed statutory rape and distributed child pornography. Which is why you can't get her movies anymore. Except, I think she made one after she turned 18 that's technically still legal, but the rest of them, yeah, if you know anyone who has any Tracy Lords movies, get rid of them. You don't want to go to jail. But yeah, so a lot of people were worried about getting in trouble. Fortunately, they all got off. Let me rephrase that. They all were acquitted of any charges. But much better phrasing. But yeah, and since that time, Tracy Lords has gone on kind of an anti-porn crusade, and the porn industry has gone on an anti-Tracy Lords crusade. And I can't really blame them for that. I'd be pissed too. And here comes the obvious Predator ripoff.
Unfortunately, Tars isn't going for it.
And like the Hitchhiker's Guide ripoff, I called this one correctly. This is just shameless. Absolutely shameless.
Gee, did that remind you of anything?
Oh, and I believe the scene with Tal Hodges is coming up pretty soon. And the actor who played him, whose name escapes me right now, yeah, if he's watching this, I'm sorry. Let me look it up here. Mitchell Gordon, that's it. Mitchell Gordon. He somehow found my review on YouTube and told a bunch of the other actors in the movie about it, and some of them left comments on here, which is just about the coolest thing ever, to actually get comments from people. Oh god. I am acting. So campy. But yeah, to actually get comments from people who were involved with the movie, that is awesome. Thank you to those people who left the comments. You made my day. Thank you so much. One of the actors, Matt Lasky, who played the role of Tars Tarkas, actually sent me quite a bit of information about not only some mistakes in this movie that I missed, also some details about the production. The masked man is Sarka. What a twist! But yeah, basically, this movie I think was shot over like maybe 2 weeks, if that. He literally got the script the day before. And they were shooting about 10, 13 pages a day, and real movies do maybe 2 or 3. And also said, in his defense, he intentionally camped up the performance a bit to match the production value, and said, you know, with all the crap he had to go through, he thinks he deserves an Oscar, and honestly, Matt, I'm not going to argue. Yeah, Matt seemed to be one of the few people who was actually trying in this. Yeah, in fact, in this scene right here, I don't think you can see it, but when he's fighting John Carter, one of his tusks comes loose. I don't think you can see it with the clips that I show, but yeah, you'd have to actually watch the movie, and I don't know why you'd want to, but if you do, keep an eye out for that. And speaking of Tars Tarkas, Matt Lasky is actually the Thark that's holding down Tracy Lords in this scene, although he's obviously not playing the Tars Tarkas character. The only reason he's there is because they didn't have enough costumes. That's priceless. Oh, and this line right here. I have my orders, we must leave, there is no time, your absence will be discovered. Yeah, in hindsight, I really shouldn't blame the actors for that. That line is so poorly written, there is no right way to say that.
You're in broad
Oh yeah,
daylight.
it's my lucky night. It's the day!
No.
I still don't know what they were doing. Maybe they planned for that to be a day for night shot, but changed their mind later and just forgot to take out that line.
Nobody.
I don't know.
John doesn't get his chance to fight Sarka, as it turns out that he too is minimally affected by Mars' gravity and easily escapes. John decides
CGI rock. I choose you.
throws a rock at Talhaj's carriage. The impact takes out a good chunk of the mountain, but somehow
He should be dead right now. Come on.
intact. Again, there's low budget.
Someone thought this actually looked like a good idea.
At this time, Tars has regained consciousness, and he challenges Talhajas to battle for leadership of the tribe. He
Yeah,
responds-
some other mistakes that Matt Lasky pointed out that I missed. There are some moments where his legs are actually visible through his costume. And I only pointed this out once in the review, but there are actually several moments in the movie where his mask sticks out of his costume,
he's obviously
which is pretty sad. I mean, how long can it possibly take? I know they had a tight schedule. They were trying to film this thing lightning fast, but it takes 2 seconds to say, hey, Matt, tuck that in, will you? Okay, thanks. Action!
Wait.
There's also a scene where he and John Carter are talking to each other while riding on the thoats, which are basically the Thark mounts. I don't think I show them in the movie, but they look nothing like the ones in the book. They also move at a snail's pace. It'd be faster for them to get off and walk. But while they're talking with each other, he keeps dramatically pausing and looking down. And when he's doing that, he's reading the script. I always thought it was weird that he kept looking down every once in a while. It didn't occur to me what he was doing. He's reading the script. That's hilarious, Matt. Thank you for telling me that.
So Deja and Sarka approach the door to the pumping station, and she signals her arrival
The tuning
with
fork.
a tuning
See,
fork.
in the book, the way they open these doors, they actually think a certain theory of tones. I'm sorry, I got a lisp all of a sudden here. Fluffer and thuckatat! But anyway, they think a certain series of tones in their head, certain musical tones. It's kind of like a telepathic combination lock,
John shows up and tells him to back
which
off.
is a cool idea and one that they easily could have done in the movie. It wouldn't have been affected by the production value. You just have to dub in a few musical notes, have someone plunk them out at a piano, just whatever. But no, and somehow they went with ring tuning fork for service.
Go if I were you. Think about how many men she's slept with in her previous career. She's probably got gonorrhoepolis.
Gonorrhoepolis. That was a term that some of my friends came up with.
The princess and the dude in charge of the station.
I'm not sure how or why they came up with that term. I guess they were trying to think of, like, what's the worst STD you could possibly have. They figured, well, none of them by themselves are really bad enough, so let's just combine them.
John ultimately catches up with Sarka,
And they have since added to it. I think the current version is gonorrhoeposyphilades,
around aimlessly.
which I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
Why? Maybe they lost a page of the script and
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Tracy Lords is doing here.
they can come up with.
Running, not doing anything.
Ultimately ends when they both do one final
And
wire
yes, the
jump.
wire jump of doom. There are actually several wire jumps of doom in this movie. And
Snatched up by one of
if you watch the bonus features on the DVD, you can see how they did it. Basically, they put them in front of a green screen, tied a rope to them, and hooked it up to a harness on the ceiling, and tied the other end of the rope to a truck, and hit the gas, and flung them up into the air. For all of you aspiring filmmakers out there, don't do this.
their air supply has been cut off.
That's not safe at all. And, oh yeah, here's the other ripoff I picked out incorrectly. No, this did not rip off Total Recall.
The entire planet is dying. John
The other way around, if anything.
maybe now would be a good time
Yeah,
to switch on
my
the
fault.
backup system. Apparently
Yes,
you
the
have to
pumping
activate
station, now powered by Microsoft Kinect.
They've mastered the technology to
Which I
create
couldn't make that reference at the time because Kinect didn't exist yet.
Well, no, that's just too complex.
It kinda did, but it was still called Project Natal at the time.
Of everyone on the planet.
But yeah, do not do that thing with the
Finds himself transported back
pulling them up by a truck in front of a green screen. I guarantee OSHA would have a field day with that.
was a failure.
Just don't.
Somehow he makes a miraculous recovery from you have a fucking hole in your head disease and returns to sitting in the bushes with his sniper rifle and his trusty dish towel.
Yes, his trusty dish towel. Insert Hitchhiker's Guide or South Park joke here.
Wow,
But yeah.
3 first assistant directors and a
Anyway,
second
despite
assistant
the
director, too. So
awkward
basically,
pacing in this
5
review and
directors
all
and
that, I did actually have fun with this.
there has to be a prequel joke in there somewhere.
And even though I'm not a fan of this movie, I don't hate everything the Asylum does. I don't want it to come across that way.
What an acting,
If you've seen my top 10 of 2010 video, I actually put the Asylum Sherlock Holmes in there, and I meant it. I really like that movie.
making horrible low-budget films as their
I mean, it's nothing Oscar-worthy, but for what it is, you know, a decent, low-budget take on Sherlock Holmes, it's actually pretty good. And you can say that about quite a few Asylum movies. They're okay for what they are. And there are others that just suck. Yeah, if they had only waited a couple of years, they could have cashed in on the popularity of John Carter, which I do plan on seeing, and I'm almost certain it will be better than this. If it's not, I will be sorely disappointed.
You can't even rip off the right film? Well, if that isn't the definition of epic fail, I don't know what is. I'm the Smeghead, and Hollywood can suck it.
And the review ends with the only proper song I can end it with. Little Gustav Holst. Bit of a change from the usual hard rock or heavy metal or Weird Al that I typically end these with, but hey, I am not above class. Sometimes. And the video is just about over, and I've more or less run out of things to say, so I guess we should just wrap this up. Say thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed me just ranting on and on about nothing in particular for the last 20 minutes. And also another thank you to the actors in this movie who saw my review and left comments or sent messages. I greatly appreciate that. Like I said, that made my day. You are awesome. And Matt Lasky especially, thank you for sending me all that information on the mistakes that I did not call out, and also that insight into the production. That was a lot of fun to read. But yeah, thanks again, Matt. I appreciate that. And that's about it. I will see you all next time. Take care.